On the heels of the Leviathan-like scheme where we exposed Dominion's rebrand into Liberty Vote, friends so desperate for good news reached out to me. My friend Gary said, "David, I've been watching a few of your videos and I'm just so depressed. And I feel so insignificant. Like this thing is so large that nothing can stop it." I responded, "You have to focus on the exposure, the good news, and embrace the battle. If we are alive to fight injustice, then it is a good day." Like Gary, I battle the weariness that comes from a 5-year marathon. But I also have joy. So here's my musing, my daydream, on why I have such joy. This article is for Gary. The man in the White House saw the No Kings protests. The NGO engineered millions with their signs and grinned. On Truth Social, he fired off videos, AI crafted, sharp as steel, him in a jet, dumping sludge, or something worse, on marchers to danger zone. Him in a crown, sword raised, Democrats bowing to hail to the king. A meme joked he'd rule till year 9000, and the faithful roared. Joking aside, Trump would say, "I'm not a king."
By the way, I'm not a king. I'm not a king. I worked my ass off to make our country great. That's all it is. I'm not a king at all.
Voice rough from battle. "I worked my ass off to make this country great," he says. The people nod, knowing the sweat and the fight against the tide. After fake reporters tried to make a point about Trump having dissenters in the streets, they were undone by 2 words. "Who cares?" said the White House's Abigail Jackson, her words a rifle crack. The White House X account posted Trump and Vance in crowns, Jeffries and Schumer in sombreros. "We're built different," the post said. Caroline Leavitt calls marchers Hamas terrorists, illegal aliens, violent criminals. Her words fists, unyielding. The faithful smile, free from fear's grip. The White House is following the lead of the Lord, the God who laughs at his enemies. So now the man they call king joins the chorus. Psalm 37:13 states, "The Lord laughs at the wicked, for he knows their day is coming." The faithful see it. The critics' time is short, their noise fading like a spent storm. Matthew chapter 5 verses 11 through 12 shines bright, declaring, "Blessed are you when people insult you, persecute you. Rejoice and be glad, because great is your reward in heaven. Insults have come MAGA's way, but our joy is our shield, laughter our sword." Because now the laughter is swelling to an all-time high, a great rolling wave crashing through the halls of justice, echoing off the marble and the bars, a divine roll call of the fallen. The indictments, the arrests, they pile up like spent shells on a battlefield, each one a peal of triumph, each name a note in the symphony of the wicked's downfall. The faithful gather, heads thrown back, and we let it out, a pure, unbridled joy given by the Lord himself as the enemy's champions topple, one by one. And that's the topic for today. MAGA's Anthem of Joy. The Lord's laughter breaks the enemy. Let's start with the witch hunters who hounded the man himself, James Comey, the tall tale spinner, former FBI chief, indicted September 26, 2025, for false statements to Congress and obstruction, arraigned, pleading not guilty, but the noose of his 2016 shadows tightening. Comey, caught in his own web, the man who leaked and lied, now the liar on trial. Ha! Letitia James, the New York AG with her civil fraud hammer in 2023, now indicted October 9, 2025, for bank fraud and false statements, mortgage lies exposed, her multi-million-dollar vendetta boomeranging back, cuffs clicking as she faced the mirror of her own schemes. Ha, ha. Fannie Willis in Georgia, the election meddler, with her racketeering dreams, her August 2023 case stalled, her ethics probed, now removed from the Trump case in December 2024 for impropriety. Her appeals denied September 2025. Willis is now gone, disgraced, her day done. Ha, ha, ha. Adam Schiff, the impeachment architect, is now under investigation for mortgage fraud. His California senator's seat stained with the same deceit he peddled about Russia. Laughter bubbles up, deep and full. John Bolton, once a hawk in Trump's nest, hurled accusations over the Mar-a-Lago raid, his voice sharp with judgment on classified sins. He painted Trump a reckless keeper of secrets. Yet now the boomerang turns, its edge slicing back with his own indictment. 8 counts of transmission, 10 of retention, a mirror to the chaos he decried. John Brennan, an architect of the Russia hoax, his fabricated shadow cast against Trump, built on brittle dossiers and whispered deceit, now crumbles, with his referral to the DOJ a stark reckoning for knowingly making false statements to Congress. Then the lesser wolves, the grifters and street fighters, fell in a cascade. Shalomaya Bowers, BLM's money-grubbing executive, was accused September 2022 of siphoning $10 million in donor funds. A lawsuit rages into 2025. His consulting firm was a piggy bank exposed. IRS audits bit deep. Bowers, the usurper, was brought low. Sir Major Page, the Atlanta BLM fraudster, was sentenced August 27, 2025, to 42 months for wire fraud and laundering over $450,000. Donors were duped for George Floyd's fight. Cash funneled to guns and glamour, Page, parading his fake nonprofit, is now pacing a cell. Zahra Salim in Bristol, the statue toppler of 2020, was jailed October 2023 for $30,000 worth of fraud. Her BLM fundraiser was a lavish lie. Salim, the high-profile hypocrite, sat behind bars. Monica Cannon Grant in Boston was indicted March 2022 for a $185,000 scam with her husband. Violence in Boston was a veil for vacations and rent. Federal fraud charges stuck through appeals into 2025. Cannon Grant, the activist-turned-thief, found her nonprofit a noose. And the Antifa PAC. Cameron Arnold and Zachary Evitz, the Texas cell, were indicted October 16, 2025, first ever terrorism charges for the July 4th Prairieland ICE ambush. Semi-auto rifles blazed, fireworks as cover. They were arrested with 8 others for attempted murder, material support to terrorists. Their anarchist dreams shatter in federal court. Elias Cepeda in Chicago was nabbed September 26, 2025, outside ICE Broadview with a loaded gun and 4 mags. Antifa ties screamed from his post, calling agents Nazis. Cepeda, the rioter journalist, the teacher of terror, was cuffed and cornered. Portland's siege saw 17 federally charged for arson and assaults on the ICE office. 3 more were grabbed October 1st. Guillotine rollers and flag burners were hauled away. Explosives hurled, officers doxxed. Portland's Antifa hellfire was crushed under federal boots. Seattle's 23 anarchists were cuffed May 2025 in Cal Anderson Park. Antifa Heartland raided. The Atlanta 23 from March 2023 riots faced domestic terrorism for torching the police site with Molotovs. Each was a spark, the wave crashing full. Oh, where is your joy, my dear MAGA friends? You think we are done? Representative Anna Luna revealed a ledger of power, a stark tally of $294 million funneled into the No King's cause. Arabella with $79 million. Soros with $72 million. Ford with 51 million, Tides with 45 million, Rockefeller with 28 million, and Buffett with 16 million, etched in cold figures on a spreadsheet that spoke of hidden hands. Many of the fake protesters are illegal aliens, and Kristi Noem just announced 480,000 illegal aliens have been arrested, 70% with criminal stains. Let's repeat that figure again. 480,000 illegal aliens have been arrested. Still, the deep state's mockery didn't stop there. It reached my own mockers, those ink-stained scribes who thought their pens were swords. Reuters in 2022 painted me as an election denier, a traveling false prophet. The Washington Post trailed me town to town, whispering of myths. NPR lumped me with the faithful as spreaders of misinformation. They called me evangelist of refusal, a former professor turned thorn. They feared I'd wake the nation to the machine's whispers, the ballot's betrayals. Ha! And now, their houses crumble. The Washington Post saw a firing spree this month. Over a dozen, in opinion, were axed. No copy editors left. 100 were gone from business in January. Subscribers fled Bezos' barren pages. $77 million lost in 2023, more now. Their democracy dies in darkness was a punchline in the light. NPR? Taxpayer funds were yanked in April 2025. The faithful exposed their woke whispers. FCC probes in January hit for commercials in the quiet. Funding froze. The people they scorned silenced their voice. And USAID, their globalist spigot, the faithful dismantled it by July 2025. They axed 83% of programs, canceled billions. Defunding was a divine joke on their gospel. I howled with the faithful, side-splitting. These were the scribes who scripted my smears, now scripted out. Their exposures were a mirror to the fraud they chased. The joy erupted. These were the enemies. The prosecutors turned prosecuted. The rioters reaped. The grifters gripped. The mockers muzzled. Who thought to break the unbreakable, to chain the free. But God laughed first. Psalm chapter 2, verse 4. And now his people join. The sound of victory hymn, inviting all to taste it. The sweet, defiant mirth of the redeemed. Enemies scattered like chaff, their plots dust in the wind. Rejoice, for great is the reward. To my friend Gary, see the victories and have hope. The lesson is clear. Seek the joy of the Lord, and fear dies. Abide in his presence, pray for boldness, sing his praise, and the enemy's altar crumbles. Joy is not passive, it's a weapon, forged in worship, sharpened by truth. Going forward, the faithful must hold fast, meet daily in his presence, pray as Paul did in Ephesians 6:19, for fearless words, laugh as God laughs at the wicked. The demons feed on fear, but they choke on joy. Let the faithful gather, sing and march, not in protest but in triumph, knowing the Lord has done great things. The streets are quiet now. The No Kings protest done. 7 million they claimed, but protesters on payroll do not keep long hours. Their noise faded fast. The man in the White House stands firm. The people, the true ones, feel the joy of the Lord and stand with him. Not a king, but a warrior, and they laugh with him. The fear is gone, the chain shattered. The joy of the Lord is our strength, and the laughter of triumph is our song. What do you think? Do you feel better now after reciting a roll call of victory? Leave your comments below. I'm happy to announce we have passed the 500 paid sponsor benchmark on our way to 1,000. Another thing that brings me joy. So, I'll be back next week. Until then, God bless and good night.